Alright, well I gotta tell you, I really love this lightsaber. This is a TXQ Saber. I did a review on it, but I modified it. I had a bunch of like Gundam Greeblies and stuff like that. So, as you see, this short blade is fine. It works fine. The reason why I have a short blade is because I guess it's actually really tiresome to wave a long lightsaber blade around. So every now and then I just want to pick this up and look at the thing, right? But I saw that they had these Kylo Ren lightsaber blades. This is, by the way, a 7/8 or 22 millimeter diameter, because this is the design of this like Luke Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker type of saber, the Graflex flash tube kind of thing. So I went online and it just came in this bag. And then oddly, I opened the box, which is a nice box, by the way. I guess if you want to give it away as a gift, it's fine. It's, you know, it's not such a waste of cardboard that I feel guilty throwing this in the trash. But look what they did. It came with this bag, and the box is just really tight. So let's see, we have Merry Christmas here. That's a sticker. It's literally a shipping label that they spent to, I don't think you need that, right? You don't need to thank me for buying your stuff. It's just it's more garbage, right? But anyways, it came with this nice bag. DIY sabers. It's like a felt kind of suede, and it's got this paint on it. This is a paint. It's a really thick, kind of coarse printing, and it's got a bunch of different. I think that's the Mandalorian stuff. The Rebels, the Galactic Empire. What is that though? Please leave a comment. I only watch the original, like the Star Wars movies. I don't really play the games or watch any other stuff here. So anyhow, you can basically store a lightsaber in here. Although honestly, again, I didn't need that. It's just more garbage. I don't know. I'll probably throw this out because I'll never use it. So that's unfortunate. This is what I'm after. It came with the foam to keep it from breaking. Let's get this packaging out of here. And then we have some bubble wrap. What I wonder is if this is 3D printed. Yeah, maybe. It's got a bunch of hair or some sort of lint around it. So obviously still the same diameter. Or is it? That looks smaller. Wait, I gotta get the calipers now. Ah, boy. So yeah, this is 22.2. No, that's 22. It's an optical illusion. Maybe it's something to do with the colors or something, but it actually is the same diameter. I mean, call me crazy. Doesn't the one over on this side look smaller? It has to do with the proportioning of those rings, I guess. I was really worried for a second. So anyways, you can see this is shorter because it's meant to go into the side of Kylo Ren's, lightsaber, two of them. But pleasantly, you can buy one. So now, if you're curious, this thing is about 146 millimeters in length. Granted, a lot of it's going to get sucked up by a lightsaber. So touching this ledge is 27 or 28 millimeters. Incorporating that ledge is maybe 29, maybe 30 millimeters, in that ballpark. I just hope it can fit this lightsaber. Alright, well, let's take a look here. So, I do suspect maybe it is 3D printed. I almost feel like those are all print lines, all these horizontal lines. So they printed it vertically, which makes sense for round objects, because if you don't, it's going to ovalize. So you want to print things vertically when it's supposed to be round. And then you have all these funky flames. And because it's like a cloudy, semi-transparent plastic, it should really catch the light. So I'm really looking forward to this. If it was totally clear, the light would just go through it and it wouldn't be fun to look at. Okay, let's get into it. Uh-oh, that ledge. I might have to sand that down, or maybe that's... Well, let's just turn it on and see what happens. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not reaching the contacts. So this is probably designed for a specific Kylo Ren lightsaber. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have to come back. I'm going to have to sand all this stuff down just so I can get a little more reach. Alright, I just took a standard hand file and I just sanded it down, but you gotta take out a lot for this one because that receptacle is way down in there. So I lost basically that much of the flame effect, which is unfortunate. But it still works, so let me turn this on. Pop this in. Look at that. Tighten that set screw. That's actually really neat, but I think there's only maybe one LED in there. I can see right there, the individual LEDs. I don't know if I can... No, I don't think they're on this side. It's not a double-sided LED. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's turn it off and change the color.
Tell me, is this training?
I'm gonna turn off the lights.
I am told it is the dark side.
Well, you know, this is a mobile phone, so it's really hard for the phone to pick up what I'm seeing. I can see each individual LED, which really isn't good. You know, from this side I can't see the LEDs, which I guess is good that at least half of it is just like a crystal or a flame glowing. Okay. Well, yeah, on one side you're clearly gonna see the individual LEDs, which is not ideal, but I'm gonna just rotate it so I can't. There, now let's just set it that way. And it's still pretty neat. You know, you can see the edges here, all the flame effect and stuff, so I guess if you really love lightsabers, maybe it's worth buying. But to be honest with you, this was pretty expensive, so I don't actually think it's worth the money, because it should have 2 LED strips and be a little bit more opaque so you can't see those individual LEDs. What goes on with these foam ones is, well, I already explained it then. These regular ones, there's a strip of LEDs in there, but it's surrounded by white foam, and that foam is dissipating, you know, the light. You cannot see those LEDs inside this tube because all the foam air bubbles, I guess, are dissipating it. This looks really cool on this camera, but yeah, as hopefully you can see just a wave of light. At this view, I think you might be just, yeah, I think you can see the individual LEDs in this, so that's just not as cool as, you know, something that costs less money, which actually this does. So what you're basically paying for is the 3D print. Yeah. Alright, so that's my feedback. Well, it was worth a try, and I guess it's, you know, some days I will pop it in there, because it's just, now it's even lighter to wave around. Ooh. Yeah, red's always the best color, I think. And I guess this is the way it's supposed to be, since it's Kylo Ren's thing. But you also see, the red doesn't actually go into this much of the plastic. So, I don't know how big the cavity is inside of there, but it would have been nice if they had, maybe the last LED bent 90 degrees or something, and so it could fill up the whole thing. But it's clearly not getting through to the end. Which I think, again, for the price, maybe it should have been conceived better. Maybe it's just too much flame. Maybe they should have terminated this a little bit differently. Okay, well, long video now, so we'll see you in the next lightsaber related one. Thanks for checking this out.